The investigation into the shooting death of Matthew David Borner, 52, has determined that the deadly force used by a Klamath Falls Police detective was justified. A report released by the Klamath County District Attorney's Office has shed light onto the circumstances the morning of August 20th. Borner was reported to law enforcement for allegedly stealing a vehicle early that Tuesday. Police contacted Borner at the 1600 block of Portland Street. Borner fled from the front door and was pursued by KFPD officers. According to the report, Borner was stopped by a wire gate. He turned and began to approach Detective Peter York, saying, "I'm going to shoot you." York told Borner to get on the ground twice. But Borner reached into his pocket and began fumbling with an object. He pulled his hand from his pocket along with a black object. York fired 4 shots, striking Borner in the chest twice. He would later die from those injuries at the scene. Later investigation would reveal the black object to be a cell phone.
The officer had reason to believe that he was, with statements made about suicide by cop, coming at the officer, telling the officer twice, "I'm going to shoot you," and then reaching into his pocket and then trying to extract an item that was black in color. Turned out to be a cell phone, but that does not alter the fact that he made the threat and that the officer felt threatened by that.
Oregon State Police took the lead in the investigation. Their findings and facts were presented to a grand jury on Thursday. 11 witnesses were called to testify, including York, 5 other KFPD officers, 1 Oregon State Police trooper, an agent from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and 3 members of the public.
I think it has a terrible impact on the community. You've got somebody like Borner who's, since 1982, has over 43 arrest cycles here in Klamath County. This right here is just an example of the cases we had to dismiss against him that are currently pending at the time of his that this happened. These were the current cases pending. He had a 14-page rap sheet that was going on at the time. It's a terrible thing, but the most terrible thing was to traumatize the officer, the department, his family, and rile up the community over somebody who wanted to commit suicide by cop.
Nobody wants to take a life. I wish people would think about these things. There's other ways to handle it than what was done. This affects more than the deceased and his family. This affects a lot more people.
After nearly 2 weeks on paid administrative leave, York will be back on duty on Tuesday. 8 pending cases in the Klamath County District Attorney's Office against Borner have been dismissed. For the Herald and News, I'm Dave Martinez.